Today is March 28th, 2015, and I have said this before. I don't like to try to keep doing the same videos over and over and over, and I don't think that I am. But there is one common denominator. It's the fall of the Mammie and the rise of the beast that is manifested in the Mammie. The new Mammie always appears in her underwear. The new Mammie is always like this. I mean, 50 years ago, Ebony magazine was owned by African Americans. This was prior to segregation. Four women, four of them overweight, four of them with hair weaves. Excuse me. This years ago when I used to work in restaurants, and when a black woman came in, I used to call them sister soldiers. So sister soldier, ready for war. Somebody must have heard me because this is the way that I see them now, except for they're half naked. You know, if you had this is the image that they try to force on black people that, and I've said this before in my videos. I don't. Neither should you consider yourself black. That's what the white man gave us that word, that term. All right. Grammy winner Chrisette Michelle, 33. R&B chart topper Jasmine Sullivan, 28. Never heard of any of these people. Orange is the new black actress Danielle Brooks, 26. And plus size blogger and swimwear designer Gabby Fresh, 26, slays the cover of the March issue of Ebony magazine. Here's a brief excerpt from the cover story, The Curvy Confessionals by Tamika. Ugh, Lordy. Those of us who identify as chunky, this sounds like one of them. They have no logic. They are so illogical. Those of us who identify as chunky, curvy, plus size, big, ample, full figured, BBW, big bone. What the fuck is big boned? Thick, voluptuous, heavy set, or fat are fully aware of the obsession, rejection, push pull, love hate relationship society has with our physiques. I think you should call it a shape. Where others may think about what we do or don't eat doesn't matter. The greatest judgments, regardless of whether they are favorable, come from within. As I mentioned, when you have to wait on black women, they eat all first. Soon as they, if you wait on 5 turns on a table, and that's 5 different groups of people coming and going, coming and going, coming and going, all Caucasian, your sugar caddy will last the entire night. When if 2 or even 1 black woman sits down at your table, one of the soldiers, one of the sister soldiers, you will have to bring them all the sugar in the fucking house. That's neither. That's just a little side note. Those of us, yep, those This is a video. This is, I guess, kind of a. Let me do this one first. This is something that I saw in Facebook. And all the black women who think that they love you so much, let's look at the comments. Just stop the video and read the comments of how they feel. First of all, this is nothing but a Photoshop. I don't know what this is right here, but it's not sexy. It's like that. It's an animal. And listen to the remarks. But Nicki Minaj are the ones that your children idolize. Look at all the comments. And look at what they all say the same thing. There's no difference between a donkey and Nicki Minaj. But with celebrities don't talk about black women. I mean, excuse me. The politically correct don't talk about black women or say things about like normal everyday people. They apply it to a celebrity. And then it just, I think you understand. I feel the same way about Nicki Minaj. This man was shot and killed inside of after a home invasion, and the simps that created him show up.
Police say an elderly man shot a home invasion suspect who had climbed halfway into his house.
Now, that homeowner actually has been victimized before. He was interviewed and released. The dead man has a long criminal history. First tonight on Fox 29, Calvert Collins at Dallas Police Headquarters with more on what happened. Calvert.
Well, Heather, really, this is a case closed now because that would-be burglar was shot by the man defending his home. And there were no witnesses, incidentally, but this home has been...
So many of these mugs are raised by hair weave wearing, plus size, big boned, thick, curvy, independent and strong, that love hair weaves, the so-called black woman.
Before, and now two families are in shock of what happened in broad daylight in an East Oak Cliff house.
Everybody got problems. Everybody got their problems that they live in day out, day out. We all got. He just got the best of them today.
A white sheet hides
What the fuck did she say? What the fuck? I want to make some examples of the this, that, dough. This, that, dough. Let me see if we can put it. This. Dough, that, this, and that. Ray, on top of Golden Sun. Listen to the way the African Americans speak. And by African Americans, I mean, I'm not one of these motherfuckers.
by the man defending his home. And there were no witnesses, incidentally, but this home has been burglarized before, and now two families are in shock of what happened in broad daylight in an East Oak Cliff house.
Everybody got problems. Everybody got their problems that they live in day out, day out. We all got. He just got the best of them today.
A white sheet hides Dayfon Pipkin's body from the public. None of the onlookers say they heard gunshots, but police say the elderly man who lives in this house fired at least once at the intruder.
The homeowner heard a noise. He came around the corner, saw the individual trying to climb into the window, and according to the law and the castle doctrine, he used deadly force.
33-year-old Pipkins had a lengthy criminal record, including theft and trespassing.
He looked like he was a little bit light-skinned. I don't know. I hate that light-skinned, dark-skinned, but he's not my... He has a lighter tone or pigment than me. But I don't understand. Well, I do understand. The so-called black woman is cursed and not logical, and you just look at the rest of it.
Had a lengthy criminal record, including theft and trespassing.
May God be with you.
Some of his relatives showed up after police notified them about his death. They only look at this from a personal standpoint, not from the homeowner's point of view.
He could have gave him a warning, that he could have let him know that he did have a gun on his...
You see why I say that they're cursed? Look at them. Those chicks from Ebony were like, these are supposed to be the cream of the crop right here. This is who, they're all trying to be white, but they, Lordy have mercy, Heavenly Father.
Property that he was willing to use it in self-defense.
One thing you'll never see from a black woman are tears, unless she's crying for herself.
And trespassing.
May God be with you.
Some of his relatives showed up after police notified them about his death. They only look at this from a personal standpoint, not from the homeowner's point of view.
He could have gave him a warning, that he could have let him know that he did have a gun on his property and that he was willing to use it in self-defense.
Police say burglars repeatedly broke into this house. This time, the homeowner was there to stop them. He is legally protected by the Castle Doctrine and given the benefit of the doubt.
It means that they don't have to actually retreat once someone comes in your home, that you have the option of using deadly force if you believe that your life is in danger.
The man that did this, may God bless his soul, may he be okay with this in his mind, for killing a person, taking a human being's life, because everybody deserves a chance.
All right, you stupid motherfuckers. When you see a lock on a door, when you see, okay, let me give you some warnings. When you walk up to an address, when you walk up to a street, and that street doesn't say your street, but you proceed further, and you see a house that could look exactly like yours, but it's a different address. Those are warnings. If you walk to the house and see that the address is not yours, and you see that the street is not the street that you live on, go ahead and try the key. There's another warning for you. Oh, the key doesn't work. Go back to check street, check address, then check key. Those are warnings, all right? Warning, if you go in someone's house, you are putting your life in danger. Danger! Get on the floor.
Body from the public. None of the onlookers say they heard gunshots, but police say the elderly man who lives in this house fired at least once at the intruder.
The homeowner heard a noise. He came around the corner, saw the individual trying to climb into the window, and according to the law and the Castle Doctrine, he used deadly force.
33-year-old Pipkins had a lengthy criminal record, including theft and trespassing.
May God be with you.
Some of his relatives showed up after police notified them about his death. They only look at this from a personal standpoint, not from the homeowner's point of view.
He could have gave him a warning, that he could have let him know that he did have a gun on his property and that he was willing to use it in self-defense.
Police say burglars repeatedly broke into this house. This time, the homeowner was there to stop them. He is legally protected by the castle doctrine and given the benefit of the doubt.
It means that they don't have to actually retreat once someone comes in your home, that you have the option of using deadly force if you believe that your life is in danger.
The man that did this, may God bless his soul, may he be okay with this in his mind for killing a person, taking a human being's life, because everybody deserves a chance.
Now, that homeowner did not want to comment on what happened. Right now, he is not being charged with anything because of the castle doctrine, like we mentioned. But this case will be referred to a grand jury to see if he acted criminally in trying to protect his home. Now, this is Dafon Pipkin's criminal history. It's 18 pages long. As we mentioned, he has been arrested a few times before and has been convicted of theft, possession of a controlled substance, and criminal trespassing, and has served time in prison. Steve?
Okay, Calvin Collins live tonight. Thank you.
Let's go back. Jay Miller. Let's give him some. Jay Miller seemed like a nice young man. Thank you for making this video. This is a story about this simp ass. This is him right here. He's helping his beastie mother beat up another beast. They're cannibalizing each other. But you know what the good thing is? Nobody called the police. No sound. I can't stand these. You know what's the most shocking thing to me? When a black woman smiles at me. This guy is a recruit for the Oklahoma Sooners, I guess. Beating up a lady. Look at the Black Queen. You never seen anything so mean as the Black Queen. Horrible. They're all the damn same. Pardon my generalizations. They all they love wearing sweatpants. Athletic shit. SEC. The simp ass created by the black woman. I always say, do not believe me. Do not believe anybody else. Make your own videos. Do your own research. Remember, where there's one of them, It's no fun. It's no fun at all. Where there's two of them, you better run. And where there's three, I will not be. If you see four, run for the door. Do not believe me. Do not believe anybody else. Believe your own eyes that 50 years ago, you'd have never seen this. They think that they're Caucasian. That they exhibit the host. They are the host of the demon that possesses them. And people who are cursed always try to resemble the spirit that indwells them. They try. It's a horrible rendition. It's a horrible counterfeit. Yet and still, it is a counterfeit. When you see an African American ebony Nubian Moor sister with natural hair, profusely compliment her. When you see a sister that is polite, that smiles genuinely for nothing, that's not for her personal gain, compliment her and lift her up so that they can stand on the sidelines. They will be offended by your compliments for the beauty of the natural sister. Let them be offended. There still are some nice sisters out there. They're just few and far between. Good night.